So in this session, we will be working on the last topic on transformers, something called as efficiency of transformer. Efficiency of transformer. So what we're discussing now is I can call it as performance parameters of transformers. So I can call this concept as performance parameters of transformers. So in case of performance parameters of transformers, we are having two terms. One is efficiency, one more it is voltage regulation. One it is efficiency, one more it is voltage regulation. Okay. So first we'll discuss on efficiency of transformer. Efficiency of transformer. Efficiency of transformer. Okay. So in case of this efficiency of transformer, so first we have to understand what is the meaning of the term efficiency. So as we know that transformer, it is a static device which transfers the electrical power from one electrical circuit to another electrical circuit without change in the frequency. So let me say that I am having this as the primary winding, this as the secondary winding, and this is a mutual coupling between the primary winding and secondary winding. Now here I'll be having the source voltage. Here I'll be having the load, right? So when I apply the primary voltage, so there will be some current in this particular primary part of the circuit. So let me call that current as I1. So if I say V1 into I1, it is nothing but the power what is there on the primary side, P1. Now the basic intention of this transformer is to transfer this power from the primary side, this power from primary side to this secondary via magnetic coupling, via the magnetic coupling. Then I can simply say that the power what is being seen onto this load or onto the secondary circuit will be equal to whatever is the EMF which is getting induced across the secondary, same as P2, and the current that flows through this winding is nothing but I2. So I can say that P2 will be equal to E2 into I2. So this gives me what is the power onto this secondary circuit. Now, if I say that P2 is equals to P1, what does it mean? It simply means that the power on the secondary circuit is same as the top power on the primary. I simply mean to say P2 being power on the secondary is having the same magnitude as that of primary. It means 100% of power from the primary is being able to transfer on to the secondary. So efficiency is something 100%. What is the maximum power available on primary? All power is being able to be transferred. It's something an ideal case. So as we know that 100% efficiency in real time is not possible because of the losses in winding, because of the problem related to the losses in the core, etc. So in order to consider all these losses and all, I can simply say that this figure is not possible. But a figure something related to 92% to 98%, 92% to 98%. This is what best I can say that is the efficiency of a transformer lies between. Efficiency of a transformer lies between. Then by seeing all this kind of a interaction, how best I can define the transformer? How best I can define the term efficiency? Efficiency is being defined as a ratio, of output power to the input power expressed as percentage, expressed as percentage. So this is called as percentage efficiency. So percentage efficiency is been defined as the ratio of output power to input power expressed as efficiency. Okay. So now, so first we'll try to identify what is the equation for our output power, what's the equation for our input power. Then we'll try to compute what is the equation of efficiency for a transformer. Okay, fine. So we'll start the expression now. We are going to start the expression now. So now let me say that the efficiency of the transformer, so let me say this as a neta. This symbol is called as neta. The efficiency of transformer neta T is being defined as power output in watts divided by the power input in watts. Power input in watts. Right now, so now I need to identify what is the input power. What's the input power? So as we have defined this in case of this circuit, so if at all if I want the equation for P in, the input power, then it is, so since I know that power in an AC circuit is been defined as VI cos phi. Then I can simply say that the voltage which is being applied to the primary winding is V1. The value of I which flows to the primary circuit is nothing but I1, and this should be the phase angle between V1 and I1, hence I can call this as cos phi1. In simple words, I can simply say that the input power, in short I can write P in, the input power is being given by V1 I1 cos phi1. I can write this as V1 I1 cos phi1. Okay, then once if I am able to get an equation for the input power, then I can define what is this V1, what is this I1, and what is this cos phi1. So V1 is nothing but the applied voltage, I1 is nothing but the current flowing through primary winding, and cos phi1 is the power factor of the primary circuit. Then now what is that I'm going to do is, now I'll be defining this output in terms of known parameters. Now how much input I am providing? I am providing the input such that I am feeding my output, I am able to get my output, and also some amount of losses. Am I right? I am able to give that amount of input to the circuit, or provide that amount of input to the circuit such that I am able to feed the output along with losses occurring in the circuit. Is it clear? So it means I can simply write the equation input is equals to output plus losses. Then how best I can write my output equation? I can write my output as input minus losses. Am I right? I'm just taking this term from my RHS to LHS. Input minus losses is equals to the output. Then it means I'll be using this equation in order to define what is a P out. Then I can write the equation for efficiency. Efficiency is equals to, so output power can be written as what? Input power P in minus losses in the system or in the circuit divided by the input power. Now this efficiency will be equal to, so I know that in my transformer I am having two kinds of losses. One, it is being the copper loss, WCU, and second one being the iron loss, WI. So these two losses, they occur in my system, they occur in my transformer. Okay, then how best I can define this equation? I can write here efficiency is equals to I know that input power is being defined as V1 I1 cos phi 1. Okay, V1 I1 cos phi 1 minus, what about the losses? How I can define the losses? So I'm having two kinds of losses, minus WCU, which is the copper loss, minus WI, which is nothing but the iron loss. I'm just taking this minus side inside. Okay, then divided by the input power. Input power is again V1 I1 cos phi 1. Okay, now what is I will be doing over here is, I know how I can define my copper loss, how I can define my iron loss. So efficiency is equals to V1 I1 cos phi 1. Okay, so if I want to define this copper loss, so which is called as I square R loss, okay, which is called as I square R loss, how I can write this? I can write this as I1 square R naught 1. I1 square R naught 1. Where this I1 square indicates what? The current on the primary side, I am taking it square. R naught 1 is effective resistance as seen on primary. Effective resistance as seen on primary. So in the yesterday's session, equivalent circuit of transformer, we are able to compute the total copper loss in a transformer can be defined as I1 square R naught 1. Right? So we are able to know this, how this equation is coming now. Minus, what is this iron loss? So this iron loss is a constant loss. So I can write this as minus Wi divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1. Now what I will do over here is, I will take this V1 I1 cos phi 1 individually to separate terms. Okay, I'll take this V1 I1 cos phi 1, whatever the denominator term is there, I'll take for individual terms here. So what is that I'll be getting? So I will be getting, I can write this equation here like this. Okay, so for your reference, so I can write this efficiency is equals to, so V1 I1 cos phi 1 divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1. So I'm taking it separate. V1 I1 cos phi 1 divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1 minus I1 square R naught 1 divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1 minus Wi divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1. Okay, so I have taken this denominator separately to each term. So now what happens to my equation for efficiency? Yes, what happens to my equation of efficiency? So I can write here V1 I1 cos phi 1, V1 I1 cos phi 1 get cancelled, giving out 1 minus here 1 I1 get cancelled, giving out I1 into R naught 1 divided by V1 cos phi 1. Agreed? Minus. So this will remain as it is. Wi divided by V1 I1 cos phi 1. Okay. Now let me call this as expression number 1. Okay. Now I want to know, when is this function maximum? So I am using the fundamentals that you people have studied during your PUC first year and second year, something called as application of derivatives. So let me say that something, this is fundamental. If f of x is a function, and you want to compute when this function is maximum, what is that I'm going to do? I'm just going to compute a f dash of x, nothing but d by dx of f of x, which is nothing but f dash of x. So this f dash of x, we are going to equate it to 0 in order to obtain a maximum function. Okay, but if at all, if you want to compute what is the maximum point, that is nothing but maxima, then you are going to compute f double dash of x, and if the value of f double dash of x is less than 0, then the function is said to be a maximum function. And if at all if f double dash of x is greater than 0, it is said to be as a minimum function. Okay, but we are not going to go for f double dash of x and as such. So we are just going to consider the function f of x. I want the maximum equation. So in that case, I am just going to do this. That is, I am going to compute my f dash of x and equate it to 0. Equate it to 0, so that I can obtain my maximum function. So my function f of x is nothing but my neta now. Now I want you people to say me what is my variable. What is my variable? So in this equation, this is x. Is that no? So f is nothing but, in my case, it is neta. So whatever f I have written here, in my case it is neta. In my electrical case, it is my neta. So in mathematics, you are having x as a variable. What is your variable in case of your electrical circuit? Yes, please answer in the group chat. Who is going to resolve me with respect to x? Just think, just think. You people are saying phi is a variable. Phi is nothing but an angle between V and I. Angle between V and I. So you just go on seeing the equation. You see R01. What is this R01? It is equivalent resistance. Then it's a resistance. Will resistance change? No. So resistance, it's a constant quantity, so it cannot change. Then V1, supply voltage, constant. Okay. This cos phi 1, it's a power factor. Power factor cannot be variable. So it is constant. Iron loss, it is constant. What is left out? What is left out? Your I1. So current, I said you, in case of losses as well. When you say I square R loss, so this loss is said to be a variable loss just because I is variable. Just because I is variable. So since I is variable, you will be calling this loss as a variable loss. So it means who is going to resemble my x? It is my current. So it means now I need to differentiate this function neta with respect to I. I have to differentiate this function neta with respect to I. So what best are we doing now? D neta by d I1. D neta by d I1. So differentiated equation number 1 with respect to I1. So differentiation of a constant is 0. 0 minus. So here what happens? R01 V1 by cos phi 1 is a constant. So this term is a constant. So I take it outside. So R01 divided by V1 cos phi 1 is a constant. Then differentiation of I1 is what? 1. Okay, done. Then next minus Wi. So here if you see Wi V1 cos phi 1 is a constant. Wi divided by V1 cos phi 1 is a constant. Do you agree? Now this is differentiation of 1 by x. It's a differentiation of 1 by x. So more specifically minus 1 by x. So what is that we'll be getting? Minus 1 by x square. So minus of minus becomes plus, and here we'll be getting your I1 square. Here we'll be getting your I1 square. Okay. But here you are talking about integration. That's why you are getting that log x. Okay. So here you'll be having this as Wi divided by V1 into cos phi 1 into I1 square. Once if I get this term, this I should equate it to 0. This entire term I should equate it to 0. So if I equate this term to 0, what is that we'll be getting? I have to just transfer this term from LHS to RHS, because what is being left out? 0 minus something is the same term, right? Okay. Then I just transfer this term onto my RHS. Then what is that we'll be getting? Wi divided by V1 I1 square cos phi 1 is equals to, I am transferring it on this side, R0 1 divided by V1 cos phi 1. Okay, so what happens here? V1 on either side get cancelled. Cos phi 1 on either side get cancelled. What is left out? Wi iron loss is equals to I1 square R0 1. Now, what is this equation saying about? What is this equation saying about? What is this I1 square R0 1? Will you answer me in group chat? What is this I1 square R0 1? Yes, please. Good, 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 Mary. So this I1 square R0 1, I1 square R0 1 is nothing but a copper loss. So this equation is saying that your efficiency of a transformer, the efficiency of the transformer can be maximum, or I can achieve my efficiency of my transformer as a maximum value. I can achieve this efficiency of transformer as a maximum value only if iron loss is equals to the copper loss. Iron loss is equals to the copper loss. Understanding? Only when this condition is true, at that time I'll get a maximum efficiency of a transformer. Okay. So now I'll just make you people understand something which is more interesting, I could say. Now, when I plot a graph of load current or secondary current versus efficiency, what is that I'll be getting over here is, so as load current increases, so one thing you understand, this iron loss whatever is there, so this is called as constant loss. And this WCU copper loss whatever is there, this is called as a variable loss. So when constant loss is equals to variable loss, it's a condition for maximum efficiency. So now, so this loss, it is constant in nature. So let me say that this much amount of the loss is going to always occur onto my transformer. Okay. So now, when I'm going to operate my transformer, so load current is variable. Okay, my I2 is variable. Now, as I go on increasing the load, what happens? It's done something like this. So it means now what is that we need to understand is, here the variable loss is increasing. This is what you have to understand. The variable loss is increasing. And the moment when variable loss becomes equal to the constant loss, so this is a point wherein you'll be getting maximum efficiency. Your efficiency will not go beyond this. If you operate your transformer beyond this point, it is called overload. This is what maximum your transformer can give. But if at all, if you still go on loading your transformer, then your efficiency will start dropping down. So for any of the electrical machines, when you plot a graph of load current versus efficiency, you get a graph somewhat like this. So this indicates what? This point is a maximum efficiency point. So at this maximum load current, so this is your maximum efficiency, eta max. At this load current, this maximum load current, will be getting this maximum efficiency. So if you load your transformer beyond this point, then efficiency is going to drop. Understanding? Is it clear to you? So this is very, very important. So this is important from your examination perspective also. They will ask you stating that define efficiency of a transformer, hence derive condition for maximum efficiency. If someone asks you what is the condition for maximum efficiency, then what will be your answer? If someone asks you what is the condition for maximum efficiency, then How will you answer it? What's the answer for it? Yes, students, please answer in the group chat. What is the? It's not copper loss plus iron loss. It is iron loss should be equal to copper loss. Okay. When copper loss is equals to iron loss. Okay, good. Understanding? Okay, good. Very good. Okay. So from examination perspective or from numerical perspective, we'll be defining one more equation, okay, which defines efficiency of transformer at any given load. At any given load. Okay. I'll just share you the new link because just 1 minute is left out.